Welcome to the channel. Today we are kicking off our QuickBooks tutorial series. If you're looking to learn the fundamentals of this popular accounting software, you have come to the right place. In this introductory video, we will cover the basics, navigating the QuickBooks interface and setting up your company file. We will keep it concise and easy to follow, perfect for absolute beginners. Are you ready to get started with QuickBooks? Let's go. Mama Aerobics Center Uganda Limited is a general service business providing variety of services to clients. So this is a general service business. This is something which you need to note because we have to clearly state. We have to know the type of the business and then how it's organized. So this is Mama Center Uganda Limited. It's a general service business. So providing a variety of services to clients using this company name, create a file with the easy step interview. So we are going to create the company file with the easy step interview and set 1st January 2025 as its fiscal year start. Set up the following items list. So let us first create the company. Let's first create the company. So now I'm in QuickBooks. We are going to use detailed start. Then we can enter the details. This is Mama. We can enter the company name. This is Mama Aerobics Center Uganda Limited. Country, I can use other. Uganda is not among the countries listed here, so I can use other for now. The company name is a required field, so that is a must. You have to enter the company name. Move to next, select your industry. We have been told that this is a general service based industry. Why do we have to select our industry? Because based on your selection, QuickBooks is going to customize its settings to better accommodate your business. Okay, so this is a general service based business. How is your company organized? We have seen that Mama Aerobics Center Uganda Limited. So this is a corporation. So I'll select corporation. Select the first month of your fiscal year, that's January, as indicated in the scenario. Administrator password. This is optional, but sometimes if others will have access to your computer, then it's a good idea to set up an administrator password, so only you will have full access to your QuickBooks company file. But for now, since it's optional, you can skip this. Then create your company file. You click on next. Now, you have to specify where you would like QuickBooks to save your company file. So on desktop, I have a folder called Mama, but normally in exams, you have to create a folder with you can give it a name. You can use your student name, or you can use your registration number or your student number, any. Of course, you'll be directed on what to do. So I've clicked on desktop. Let me click on Mama. That's the folder where I want this work to be saved. File name is Mama Aerobics Center Uganda Limited. Click on open, then save. So you're going to continue answering the easy step interview questions to customize QuickBooks for your business. To customize QuickBooks for your business. Okay, so customizing QuickBooks for your business, you click next. what do you sell? This is a general service business, so we have services, provide a variety of services to its clients. So we select services, then next. Do you charge sales tax? So the answer is yes or no. If we charge sales tax, then we can select yes. If we don't charge sales tax, then we can select no. But in this particular scenario, we don't have info about sales what? About sales tax. Have info about sales tax. So what you'll do, you'll say no. In fact, it's recommended for your business. Do you want to create estimates in QuickBooks? So if you provide maybe custom work or other services for which you may want to create estimates, then you can select yes. If you don't need to create estimates, then you can choose no. So yes, it's recommended for our business, but still I can select no because I'm not going to create estimates when try to look at the information we have. Using statements in QuickBooks, yes. If you'd like to be able to create and send billing statements, then you can select yes, it's recommended. Using invoices in QuickBooks, yes, but still it's a no because it's a no. When try to look at the information here, you'll see we have invoices. So I have to click on yes. We have invoices. I have to click on yes. Use an invoice when you do not receive full payment at the time you provide for your product or service. I will say yes. Then I use progress invoicing. Progress invoicing, in case you want to bill for partial payments before providing any other work, then you can click on yes. Okay, so it's recommended for the business. Invoicing based on progress in QuickBooks requires estimates. Estimates will be enabled. Okay, next. Manage bills you owe. Yes. Tracking time in QuickBooks. Still, you have to go through the information and see if there is anything related to time tracking, maybe when you have employees. But you see, we don't have any transaction that where time is a key factor here. Do you have employees? No, we don't have employees. Using accounts in QuickBooks, click on next. So to set up your accounts, you need to know the date you would like to start from and how you would like to organize your incomes and expenses. So they like you to ask you about the date. Select a date to start tracking your finances. We have been told that we use 1st Jan 2025. So it's what I'm going to select. Then next. Then you'll see review income and expense accounts. Yes, QuickBooks recommends a set of income and expense accounts based on the industry selection you made earlier. So you can review these suggestions and select or deselect any account to better reflect your business. Okay, so these are some of the accounts we have. I'll just click on next. Congratulations. So you can click on go to setup. Go to setup. So you'll see a new window. Get all the details into QuickBooks Desktop. Just click on Start Working. When you click on Start Working, you will see the Accountant Center window. First close this, and then this you can also close. Now what you see on your screen is the QuickBooks home page. What we have on the screen is the QuickBooks home. Is the QuickBooks home page. You have to familiarize yourself with the QuickBooks home page. This home page is separated into several well-organized groups connected with workflow arrows to help you better manage and perform your business tasks. We have the vendors, we have customers, employees, company, and then the banking area. So of course, in each area, you can use each area depending on the transactions. If the transactions relate to customers, we can use the vendor area. We can use the customers area. If the transactions relate to vendors, then you can use the vendor area and center. If the transactions relate to the company, then you can still use the company area. So if it's banking, things related to recording deposits, writing and printing checks, then we can use the banking area and center here. So back to the question, set up the following items list. We are going to set up the following items list. So we are going to add these are services. We are going to create a list for these different services. So how do you do this? We have hardware installation, we have sauna, software installation, spiral binding, boat riding, document printing, research projects, photocopying, proposal writing, web surfing, web designing, web hosting, data analysis, and document scanning. We have all these different services. So we are going to create a service list in QuickBooks. How would you do that? We're on the QuickBooks homepage now. How do we add? So in the company section on your QuickBooks homepage, you have items and services icon, this. So we can click on this, items and services. Then you'll see a window, the items list window, and you see it's open, but it's empty. There is nothing so far. So look at the bottom left corner and you select new. But of course, you have to first click on the item tab here, then new. New. We are going to select the type for the item or service we want to create. So these are services. So if they are services, then we are going to use the service type. So we're going to enter those services one by one. The first one is hardware installation. Description are the same as the item names. This is hardware installation. Description is the same. How much? 700. That's the rate. So they provide they do each hardware installation at 700. Account, we have to associate this item name with a specific account, but you still don't have accounts. These accounts have not yet been created. We're going to create them as you're entering the items. So the account, I'm going to add a new. The first account for hardware installation is 71 work cells. So account type, this is an income type. The account name is 71. Work cells. Then save and close. You click on next because you have more items to add. Units of measure, I can enable this. I can use single unit stroke measure per item. Then I can say each. So each hardware installation is 700. Okay. Hardware installation is going to be 700. So click on next. Enter the next, that's sauna. Next service is sauna. So sauna. Description the same. Unit of measure, I can still use each sauna session. How much? That is 1400. 1400. What's the account? That is 02 service sales. 02 service sales. Save and close. Next. Next account is software installation. 71 work cells, 1000. That is each installation. Rate is 1000. 71 work cells. Sauna. software installation. And then you click on next. Your next is a spiral binding, 71 work cells, 1400, the rate. $1,400. That's your rate each. The account is 71 work cells, so click on next. Next is boat riding. So I can use each. How much is boat riding? 1,200. Now the account, the income account is 20 service sales. We need to create this because we have not yet created it. 20 service sales. The account type is income. These are income accounts. Save and close. Then you click on next. Then you go to document printing. Document printing. You need to measure that's each. Document printing is how much? That's 200. What's the account? Document printing, 71 work cells. So you click on next. Next item is research projects. Each. What's the rate for research projects? That is 1,700. What's the account? The income account type? That is 53 project fees. We need to create this. 53 project fees. And close. Next is what? Next is photocopying. 53 project sales, 150. Item name, and say each. Rate is 150. The account is 53 project sales, project fees. So click next. Next is what? Next is proposal writing. What's the rate for proposal writing? It's 1,000. You need to measure each proposal writing is 1,000. The account is 53 project fees. Then we move to the next, that is web surfing. Each is 100. Potato technology fees. We have not yet created potato technology fees, so we need an income account of potato technology fees. 42. Technology fees. How much? Proposal 100. And next is web designing. Potato technology fees 1,300. Rate is 1,300. Item name is that unit of measure. Can use each. Web designing, potato technology fees. Okay. Then next. Next is what? Next is web hosting. Web hosting. Web hosting, technology fees 42 still. The rate for web hosting is 8.50. That is each web hosting. Then we move to the next. That's data analysis, 71 work cells. Data analysis unit, item name. That is each. 71 work cells. It's already created. The account type, income account type, the income account. Then what's the rate for data analysis? That's 1,500. Then next. Lastly, we have document scanning. 71 work cells at 1,500. So the rate is 1,500. Description the same as the item name. That is each. 71 work cells, that's the account. Then okay, I'll click OK because this is the last item we have entered. So I'll click OK. This name is already in use. Which name? Data analysis. What's the last name? Oh, it's document scanning. It's document scanning, not data analysis. It's document scanning. Of course, you can enter the item once. So this is document scanning, 1,500. Okay. The analysis is there. Okay, they are here. So these are the accounts which we have. These are the items. This is our service list. Document scanning, document printing, everything is here. The type, their services, the income accounts associated with these items, with these services, they are there. And then the unit of measure, and then the prices are also there. So that is your service list, as you can see. So, okay, what next now? Record the following transactions during January 2025. The owner invested 2,108,000 in a bank and 892,000 in cash. So here I'll enter this by creating I'll use journal entries to enter that. So how do we make the journal entries? You click on accountant, that is in the toolbar menu, then make journal entries. Make journal entries. Now when you invest money, bank and cash, this is capital. Starting the business, that's capital. The date is 1st Jan 2025. So you need a bank account. You see when I put B, of course we get all the accounts starting with the letter B, but you see we don't have bank. So I'm going to add new. I'm going to create an account. That account is bank, and the account type which we have to select is bank still, then continue. So the account name is bank. You can put the description about but these are optional. The bank account is an option. Then save and close. Then I also need the capital account, but of course here we have opening balance equity. You can still use capital stock, okay, because this is the money the proprietors invested, so they are starting the business, so still it can be capital stock, okay. Or I can still create another account which is capital. Let me create an account called capital, but you still now equity. I'll select the account type which is equity, tracks money invested in or money taken out of the business by owners or shareholders. Payroll and reimbursable expenses should not be included. Just click on more and you see. Okay. Let me just take you briefly to the chart of accounts if I even continue. There is something I want to show you. Chart of accounts. When you look at chart of accounts, you'll see there is opening balance equity. There is no equity so far. There is nothing there. I wanted to opening balance equity and earning. These are all equity accounts. Opening balance equity, dividends, capital stock. These are all capital accounts. So I can use capital stock, I can use opening balance equity because that's what we are starting with. Okay. That's what we are starting with. So what I can do, still go back to accountant, make journal entries. Already have, okay, let me use capital stock. Bank, how much is the bank? The money on the bank is 2,108,000. But someone else can create a capital account, but these are still the same. So that's the first entry. So you have to create a bank account, and then you also have to create the capital stock. Then the other account I need to create is cash. Cash is not there. So still create cash. That is bank. The account type. The account name is cash. That close. Cash is to be debited with how much? Owner invested. Capital and then this cash. Then this bank. So this is cash. Cash account will be debited. Then capital stock. So that is your very first transaction. You've entered that with the use of journal entry. So capital stock is at 3 million now. Okay. So you'll save and close. When you save and close, you can check your chart of accounts now. Bank is there, cash is there, and then even your capital stock is there at 3M. Next transaction is paid 40,800 by check for rent for the period. So this is the payment. This is the payment. Paid rent by check. Paid rent by check. So this is a payment for an expense, which is rent. So to record this business activity, we can write a check. Normally, in the traditional accounting, transactions are entered into a journal in which you find that total amounts in the debit column equal to the amounts in the credit equal to the amounts in the credit column, and each amount is assigned to an account on the chart of accounts. In QuickBooks, we can use forms to, when it comes to these payments. For example, this is a payment for rent. So I'm going to write a check. But before you write a check, of course, there has to be an expense for rent. You can check in the chart of accounts to see if rent is there. So let me search rent. Is it among the expenses we have? Yes, rent is among the expenses which you have. So I can first create. When you click pay bills, of course, there is no any bill that is outstanding. So you can first enter the rent bill first. Okay. So bill, we are paying this rent to who? Let me add the vendor name. Say landlord. Landlord. We don't know the landlord's name, so I can just put landlord. That is the vendor. Okay, and we do not have more details about the landlord. So that's the vendor. Address, say in Entebbe, if he or she stays in Entebbe, you can put that. You can enter the other information depending on what we have. This bill is on 2nd. We are creating it on 2nd because that's when we paid. So I'm creating the bill at the same time I'm going to pay for that very bill. It's for an expense, which is rent. Amount due is how much? 40,800. That's the amount, rent 40,800. Then I can save and close. Save and close. Now I'm going to pay. I've entered the rent bill, but now let me pay it. You see, it's the bill which is still there, which is still due. So I'll select that bill to be paid. Date, we are paying on 2nd. Method, it's by check, so that is check. Account, that's bank, money is coming from the bank. We are paying from our bank, then pay selected here. Now QuickBooks, of course, will create a general journal for that payment. Do you want to pay more bills? No. Done. If you want to print the checks, you can still click on print. Then we click on done. That transaction has been ended. Bought office equipment from Macomio Limited, 30,000 paying by cash. Bought office equipment from Macomio Limited, 30,000 paying by cash. So the same thing. I can write a check still. I need to first enter the items. That is, I need to first create an account. These are office equipments. I need to create an office equipment account. New. It's a fixed asset. Account name. This is what? It's office equipment. Account name. Equipment. Save and close. Then I can create another account. Still fixed asset. Continue. I can say cost. This is the sub account of the office and equipment account. Then save and close. We are getting this from a supplier. So I can add a vendor. New vendor. This one is Macomio. This Macomio. Vendor. Vendor name Macomio. No opening balance. So okay. So Macomio is there as one of the vendors. So I can enter this because it's a payment. So I can first enter that bill, Macomio. This is for items. Let me click on expense. We see, do we have our office equipment here? It's there. Office equipment. I'll use the cost of the office equipment. How much is this amount? This amount is $30,000. Amount due. 30,000. When is this transaction? The transaction is on 4th. Transaction is on 4th Jan. And save and close. Now let me pay that. Akomio, we are paying on 4th. Is it 4th? Yes, it's on 4th. Method, check. This is cash because it's a cash transaction. It's a cash what? It's a cash transaction. Cash, paying by cash. So this money is going to move from our cash account. The selected bill. Do you want to pay more? No. Can. So that's Makomio. Then installed hardware on 100 computers, softwares on 80 computers, carried out data analysis on 90 dissertations, 50 research books bound from Kumba University collecting cash. So if it's cash, then we are going to use a sales receipt. We are going to use a sales what? We are going to use a sales. We are going to use a sales receipt. We are going to use a sales receipt in this case. So by the way, for the previous payments we have made, someone still can write a check to make so those payments. You can still write a check to make those payments, to make the payment for Makomio, to make a payment for rent. You can still write check without entering bills first. So this is installed. We are providing services, but we collected cash. So we need to, from Kumba University, we use the customer area and center. We need first of all add the customer, new customer name. That's in Kumba University. So that the transaction is cash, so you are going to create a sales receipt. Customer name is in Kumba University. It's cash. What's the date of the transaction? That is on 5th Jan. 5th Jan. So what are we providing to this customer? You'll see we installed the hardware on 100 computers. So hardware installation quantity 100. Software on 80 computers. Software installation 80. Carried out data analysis 90 dissertations. Data analysis, that's 90. And 50 research books bound. 50 research books bound, that is binding, bound. So it's from binding. Don't put research projects because they're talking about research books bound. So I'll use binding. How many are they? That's 50. So that's it. They have sold to Kumba University. Sold to Kumba University. If you want to add a customer message, please. Thank you for your business. Appreciate your prompt payments since they have paid cash. Then save and close. So that's it. Next is on 6th. Received the cash for the services offered in Tozo Uganda in respect of 130 documents bound, 100 hours of internet surfing, 60 websites were designed, 70 documents were printed and 20 proposals were written. Received cash, still sales receipt. New transaction, sales receipt. But this time round, the customer is in Ntonzo. We have to create customer Ntonzo. Uganda Limited. First create the customer. Sales receipt, still cash. What's the date of this transaction? This is on 60th. So item 130, documents bound. This is bound, this is binding. 130. Then 100 hours of internet surfing. That is web surfing. 100 hours. Then 6 websites were designed. Web designing 60. So you see the rates are already there. Unit measure is there. So for you have to just enter the item and then the quantity. 60. That's web surfing. 60 design. 60 websites were designed. Then 70 documents were printed. That is printing. Document printing. Document printing 70. And 20 proposals were written. That is proposal writing. That's 20. So those are the different services that we are offered. It's paying by cash. So the two, those all, and add something there. Cash already selected. Then save and new, save and close. Can use save and new. That is if the next transaction still is a sales receipt, requires the use of a sales receipt. Invoice number. Issued invoice number to Kagwa. Merchandise for that, and that. So now here we are going to create an invoice because the transaction has the sale has been made but on credit. So invoices. We are issuing the invoice to Kagwa. So first add the Kagwa merchandise. The merchandise is first add that customer. Then the invoice number has been given as 201. Sending this bill to Kagwa. Don't have the rest of the information. What's the date? This is on 7th. This is on 7th. So Kagwa boat riding 80. Item code boat riding 65 sauna customers 35 documents binding hosted them 60 hours of web surfing. That is web hosting. Hosted them. Then photocopied 60 pages of a book. 60 pages of a book photocopying. So that is 80, 65 sauna customers, 35 spiral binding, 60 hours hosted, web hosting, and then 60 pages of a book, photocopying a book. Customer message. Okay, it has been a pleasure working with you because they have not paid. So let me just save and close. So next transaction. Bound 75 copies of spiral documents, offered 50 hours of sauna services for the Tayo research project in respect of S&A supermarket collecting cash. So sales receipt because it's cash. This is S&S, so you can create a customer, you can add the customer, S&S supermarket, S&S. Date, when is this transaction? Just adding the customer. Okay. Date of the transaction, this is on 8th. Cash. We have sold to S&S cash. Enter. 75 spiral documents. Spiral bound 75 spiral documents or item. This is spiral binding. Quantity 75 copies. Then we also see sauna, 50 hours of sauna services. Then we see research projects. Research projects quantity 45 research projects. This is cash. We appreciate your prompt payment. Okay, save and close. We move. Provided the following services to Ponas Restaurant. 40 proposals were written, photocopied for 500 pages, 130 research projects, scanned 50 pages of the HR manual, and offered 31 boat riding services. So this is a credit transaction. We don't see the cash or the check. So it's on credit. So you have to create an invoice. Who is the customer? Ponas Restaurant. Ponas Restaurant. It's not in the customer list. Okay, quick add. Ponas has been added. What's the transaction date? That's on 9. Don't forget the dates, please. Let me first check on my previous. Okay, let me first fill in this. This is on 9. Invoice number. This number is not given. Quantity. 40 proposals we are written. This is proposal writing for 500 pages photocopied. 30 research projects. Research projects. 50 pages scanned for the HR manual. The scanning, document scanning. And then lastly, 31 boat riding. Okay. Invoice. That's it all. 40 for 500, 30, 50. and the 31. Save and close. We just try to check on these invoices and we see. I want to look at the dates. Okay, I wanted to see if we can look at the previous invoices. That's okay, I'll check on them later. So that one was bonus on 9. Next is what? Next is build source. Children's village. For that, see, this is still invoice. We need to create a source. Source. Children's village. Village. Add the customer. Date of the transaction. Look at the dates, please. Invoice that this is 202. That's what is on the question. Quantity 70. Research projects. Item code. Then 100 proposal. That is proposal writing. And then 50 documents were scanned. And scanning. 50 documents, and then 24 plans. Sauna. Invoice, been pleasure working with you. This is source to data. The two invoices have the same. Okay, just pick number. Yep. Kagwan. This was an invoice. It was on 6th. Now Kagwa's invoice was on 7th. I think I forgot to. Ntozo, it was on 6th. Kagwa, it's on 7th. I think I forgot to just edit this transaction. Kagwa, it was on 7th, not 6th. Never close. Yes. Yes. It's on 7th. Yes, and this is on source, it's on 10th. S and S, that was on 8th. Okay. So next transaction is issued. Invoice number 2020 every result in respect of it's still an invoice. The transaction invoice. And every result. Every result. Okay. Date. That's on 12. 12 invoice number 202. There is another invoice number with 202. Let us make it 204. Quantity 90 boat riders. It's boat riding. Then 100 hours sauna. Hours of sauna. 650 hours of web surfing. 50 hours of web surfing. Then 40 proposals. that is proposal rating 40, 125 research projects. Research projects. 650, 90 about traders, 110 hours of owner service, 650 hours of web serving, 40 proposals, and 125 projects, research projects. So those are 5 transactions, 5 services provided. Those are 5 services provided. It's an invoice. Let's put a message there. It has been pleasure working with you. Bill to table result. What else? I think that's it. Save and close. Then next is what? Withdrew 3,900 personal expenses from the bank. This is a withdrawal. Can make a journal entry for this. It's a special transaction. Money is coming from the bank. It's a withdrawal. This is on which date? This is on 13th Jan. So we debit the drawings account. It is not here. So I can add it's an equity account. Tracks money invested in or money taken out. Can call it owners withdraw. As withdraws to be debited with how much? The drawings account to be debited 3,900. And this money is coming from the bank. So that's it. Save and close. Next is received a check from Islamic University for 120, 60 documents scanned, 40 hours of web hosting and printed 20 documents. Received a check. This is still a sales receipt. But the customer is Islamic. Islamic University. A quick add. This was on which date? 14th. This is on 14th. Islamic University. Monty. Okay. Just leave it. Islamic. It's a check. Receive the check. So enter the details of the transaction. 120 hours of web surfing. Web surfing 120. So sales receipt, you use it when it's a cash sale or they are paying by check, then you have to use a sales receipt. If they are providing a service or if they are selling products that receiving cash or check, then you will have to use a sales receipt. Then Islamic 60 website design. Is web designing 60. Web designing, then installed software, that is software installation. Software installation. I'm on Islamic, sorry. So 120 hours, 60 websites, 60 documents scanned, document scanning 60. Then 40 hours of web hosting, hours of web hosting, 40 hours of web hosting. And then lastly, printed 20 documents, printed documents, that is document printing. Document printing. Appreciate your prompt payment. It's check, because it's a check, so check, you have to click on the check. Date, that was on 14th. Save and close. Next transaction, received a check from Buganda for Buganda Kingdom, 70 proposals, 55 research books, 8 hours of web hosting, portable trading, and then 1,500 photocopiers. Received a check. Still, it's a sales receipt, but check. This is Uganda Kingdom. Need to add Uganda Kingdom. Uganda Kingdom. Date of transaction, that's on 15th. It's a check. It's a check. Customer message, schedule payment. Quantity, 70 proposals, 55 research projects, 80 hours of web hosting. I'm seeing portable trading, and then 1,500 photocopiers. Portable trading, 80 hours of web hosting, 55 research projects, and then 70 proposals. Proposal rating. Is it 70 proposals, 55 research projects, 8 hours of web hosting, then 40 bot trading, and then 1,500 photocopiers. I think that's it. You save and close. Provided 2 hours of sauna, 60 bots riding, binding, 50 books, 50 web designing, and installed software on 115 computers for Atlanta Hotel, collecting cash. This is a sales receipt. It's cash. Atlanta Hotel. Atlanta Hotel. That's on 16th. It's cash. So what do we provide? Atlanta, 82 hours of sauna. This is sauna. 82. Then 60 boat riding. Step books binding. Ways binding. Step books binding. Then 50 web designing. 50 web designing. 50 web designing. Then 115 computers, installed software. This is software installation. 115 computers, collecting cash. Thank you for your business. Just okay, save and close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 services that we have provided. Okay, Atlanta Hotel. Save and close. Save and close. Next, issued invoice number to Native Vocation Institute. 35,000 copies of photocopy. Do we have a date? It's an invoice. Don't think. So add in a date. A date. A date vocational institute. Date. That's 17. Invoice number, this is 203, but we have some other invoice numbers with same. Let us just follow what they have recommended. This is 205. That date. Build date. In a pressure working with you. Quantity 35,000 copies of photocopy. So item code is photocopy. Each is at 150. So that's the invoice amount. Save and close. Okay. So next is what? Issue D 204, issue invoice number that to FZS restaurant in respect of this. Okay. So this is another invoice. Customer is FZS Restaurant Limited. That's on which date? On 18th. Invoice number, you can leave it to be 206. And then we are billing this customer. Okay, for your business. Quantity 80. About trading 60 hours of web surfing. Hours of web surfing. And 40 hours of web hosting. Hours web hosting. That's it. Save and close. That's the invoice amount, 136,000. Lastly, received cash from Nadete Vocational Institute in full settlement of the outstanding balance. The customer is paying. The customer is paying, then we'll use receive payments. We are receiving payments from who? Nadete. There are no unpaid invoices. Received cash from Nadete Institute. Oh, there is no unpaid invoices. Let me first look at our transactions. Not it. Just want to have a look at the transaction. I did not enter anything because like there are no transactions. Okay. I think I need to create that transaction. I think I didn't create the transaction. It was an invoice. It's like I didn't save maybe. It was on 18th. Okay, it was on 17th. What did I do? What did I do? There is no any transaction within that. Let us create it very fast here. Quantity, it was 35,000 copies. Item code, it was photocopying. Thank you for your business. Second clause. Yes. Okay, it's there now. It's here. It's there. It's there. Then the other one was FZS. That was on 18th. We have that. Then let's work on our transaction of the receiving of money from that date on 20th. So there you have to receive payments. Use receive payments. The customer is at 8. So you see it's there at 8. When's the date of payment? This is on 20th. That's when we are getting this money, though we had sold on 17th. What are we receiving? It's cash. So the cash. And we are receiving the full amount. So you have to select that invoice which is there. And then no discounts. You save and close. And close. Close. Then last transaction, deposited all the cash, all the collections to the business bank account. Deposited all the collections to the business bank account. Yeah, so let us deposit all the collections to the bank account. So go to banking, then record deposits. Deposited all the collections to the business's bank account. So we have said all the collections to the business's bank account, whether it's cash, whether it was by check, all will go to the business's bank account. We have selected all the payments, deposit, click OK. Click OK. So when is the date of deposit? That's on 31st March. 31st March. We are going to deposit all this. Cash goes back to, you want to deposit to the bank. You have to select here. If you want to deposit to cash, you select cash. Deposit to bank, select bank. Then save and close. So all the transactions have been entered. Required, prepare and memorize the following reports: accounts receivable. So you go to reports, then report center. Report center. We want customers and receivables. They want the receivables what? They want the receivables report. Memorize that receivables report. So we have the accounts receivable aging, what my customers owe me and what is overdue. Which report can we come up with? Customer balance, balance details. Okay. Let us use the customer balance summary. We see. Okay. We have different. Let me use the summarize. Let me use this. I'll use the accounts receivable aging summary. Dates today. Let me use as of 31st because that's the end. So this is what we have. This is what we have so far. Atlanta, there is an outstanding balance of 5,250,000. Table result, there is an outstanding balance. FZ and this, there is an outstanding balance. So all these customers have outstanding balances. Okay. This is the accounts receivable aging summary. They have said memorize. So name, accounts receivable aging summary, save in memorize reports. Then accountant. Can either put in accountant or company. Let me put in accountant. In company, accountant. Then okay. So I'll find that report in my memorized reports. Let's check on it. That's how you save accountant. It's here. It will be there anytime. So it's what I'll look at. Then inventory, they also want inventory. Is it? Okay, accounts receivable. But still I can also check on my inventory report. Inventory, you can go to lists. Then down, employee, other names, items listing, fixed asset terms, and so that can be maybe items listing. Click on this. Items listing. This is the list which we have. The different services we are offering and then their prices. If you want to memorize, you also memorize that. But let me look at the financial statement. Statement of profit or loss and statement of financial position. Statement of profit or loss, company and financials, profit and loss. Remember, the transactions are from 1st Jan 2025 to 31st. So this is the profit and loss. So Mama Aerobics Center has made a profit of 14,589,900. These are the incomes. Then the expense it was only one expense, which was for rent. Memorize profit and loss, save in memorize report group accountant, then okay. Okay. You can say Mama Aerobics. You can give it a unique name, Mama Aerobics Center. Mama Aerobics Center. Uganda Limited. Okay, that's the name, accountant. Then so it's there. When you check in the memorized reports, you find that report there. Memorized report list. Sorry. Reports, memorized reports, and accountant, Mama Aerobics Center profit and loss. So it's there, you'll get it. Then let us come up with the balance sheet, still company and financials, balance sheet. Let's use the balance sheet. There is summary, standard. Let's use balance sheet, standard. This is a balance sheet. Remember, the balance sheet is always prepared as at. So 31st March. This is a balance sheet. We have the assets, current assets, they are there. The accounts receivables, that's under current assets. Fixed assets, they are there. There is our office equipment. The cost is 30, no depreciation so far. Equity capital stock, we started with 3 million. The owner withdrew some 30, 900. Then net income was this, giving us total equity and liabilities. So memorize memorize this report, balance sheet, saving memorize report group. We can call it Mama Aerobics Center. Limited. Balance sheet. Yeah. So that's it. Accountant, Mama, profit and loss, and then the balance sheet is also there. So that's it all in this tutorial. We have seen how to create the service list. We have seen how to create accounts. We have seen how to make journal entries. We have seen how to work with customers, issuing invoices, creating sales receipts, and then receiving payments. Thank you so much for learning with Senior Huntington. If you have a question, you can share it in the comments section. I'll react to it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.